Hey guys, welcome back. This is Factorio Space Exploration Mod, and I am your host, as it were, Board Bob. Last episode, we came up to space and we started organizing this stuff. I said that I was going to have to take care of all the excess rocket parts we have. So let's go up here and I'll show you what I did. We'll see if this works or doesn't work. Hopefully it works out. So I did a couple of things. I put in a bigger warehouse for scrap because we're going to be getting a lot of scrap from our research. Like I say, we're sending that down to Novice. So I just put a loader in, and it's just going to fill this rocket as it gets it. I said we've got a bunch of these rocket parts that we don't need. So what I did is I put in a warehouse to request them, and it's going to request 500, which, you know, these hold 512. So it shouldn't get full, and the reason it shouldn't get full is because we're going to be sending some of them off to make rockets. So we've got this inserter set up that anything less than, or if it's less than 100, it inserts it. That's going to build our rocket. Our excess, what we're going to do is I've got this one set to, if we've ever got more than 300 rocket components in here, it's going to take it out of here and put it into here. Now this is just a stacker, so it's going to take the stacks and put them in, and each stack is 5 sections. So, you know, it'll take them out of here, put them in here, and keep that straight. At the same time, because we've got 300 sections here, that's 3 rockets. So I did the same thing over here. I've got one set up to build the rocket, which is anything less than 1, it puts 1 in, regardless of, you know, if there's less than what we want in here. And there shouldn't be, because the rocket sections should equal out to that and what have you. This one is set anything over 3, because this is 300, anything over 3, it's going to put it in here, and we're going to send them back down to be built into rockets to send back up, etc., etc. We're just going to roundy them, right? Everything else is pretty much the same. We've got a chest that is requesting broken data cards so that they can get down and be crunched up. Now we could do a recycle up here and turn them into scrap and then do it down there, but we already got it set up down here. You know, it is what it is. We're just going to send them down there. We got our empty steel containers that we need to send back down every time for our fluids, and we've got our cargo pods, which we recover from the rockets. So there's the 3 that we got there. Now, I said I had to worry about any rockets that don't make it, that fail. So what I did is I just put in 3 storage warehouses, and what'll happen is any rockets that fail, they should put all the pieces parts into these storage warehouses. Now, because they are storage warehouses, they will be able to put in and take out as needed. So any of the rocket parts, if they get put in here, will go up here. Any of the scrap, if they get put in here, will eventually go up there. It'll be taken out and gotten rid of. So this just gives the bots a place to put those. And I think that should take care of the off chance of any failed rockets. Now, here's the big change that I've done so far is, if you'll remember, I used to have just this one pad, and it was taking all the other planets in on this one pad. Well, here's the thing. I got to looking at what our technology is going to take for our upcoming research. Let's get down on the ground so the smoke goes away so we can see what we're doing. And we are making, you know, Vitamelange spice and Vitamelange extract down on Moss Garden. Our next techs are going to require, if we look at this real quick, they are going to require the bioscrubber, okay? And eventually, as we get into some of this other parts of the tech, it's going to need the vitalic acid. Now, we can make both of those on a planet. We don't have to ship up all the bits and pieces and then ship them up. So it's going to be more space efficient to ship up the final product. We're going to need it up here for our research. We're going to need these up here for our research. These are also made on Moss Garden. So what I decided to do, because I have all of the pads, is I decided to make one pad for each of our planets, excluding these three. These three are dedicated to Novice. These are our other 4 planets, our other 5 planets that we've colonized. So this is Alaz, which has our I'm trying to remember what kind of what the name is for this plate. It's holmium plate, and we're going to be needing holmium wire, which again we can make down on Alaz. It's plastic and holmium plate, so we'll be able to make it, ship it up, I think, because we need plastic, but we'll see when we get down there. And vulcanite, so that's coming from Alaz. So we're going to just have one pad for the Alaz. We got this is our pad for Sanctonium, because Sanctonium is making our beryllium plates and our aeroframe poles. Okay, and then we've got this is Vionet, which is making our cryonite, and it's going to make some other stuff in the future. And then this is our iridium coming from Windstone. Okay, so we've got a pad for each of the planets now instead. Now, that may be a waste in that I won't use some of these, but I think it's going to make my life easier to have one for each planet, because then I won't have to remember, oh, do I have to send it to roll 1, roll 2, roll 3? It'll just be the planet name. We'll send it to whichever one it is. So that's taken care of. So I just have to set the levels and stuff for those. I have not done that yet, and I'm not super worried about it because I have not done the auto launch portion of that yet either. And I can do that remotely when I go down there and I set things up. So I'm not too worried about that right now. Next thing. So if you guys remember, I was having problems on these auto launches where it would launch and it would leave some extra crap in the rocket. And what I did to fix that was I put a decider combinator in and said, hey, if this has none in it, send a green signal, it'll launch. What I did not realize when I did that, and this one may not show it, I don't know if we'll have one that does until they're loading. The problem is this. As it puts the stuff in, these have something in their hand and then they don't have something in their hand. So you get a flicker. And what ends up happening is, even though this has stuff on the belt, if it still has something, if it doesn't have anything in its hand, this launches once it's full. So I was still getting crap. So what I did is this, and I'll go over here where we can see what we're looking at. I put in 2 decider combinators. One of them is going to monitor the mini loader, and one of them is going to monitor this last section of transport belt. Now, the one monitoring the last section of transport belt reads the belt. If anything is less than 0, it's going to send a belt signal. Okay? The transport one's going to monitor, and anything less than 0, yeah, anything less than 0, it's going to send a mini loader signal. Now, what that's going to do is, if there's still stuff here that hasn't gone into the mini loader yet, that's going to go into the rocket, we won't get both of these signals. If there's nothing here, but there's still something in the mini loader because it's the last one and it goes in there, they won't both get signals. So we're needing both of these signals in order to send the rocket. And we're putting that into an arithmetic combinator, and we're saying belt signal, mini loader signal gives the green go signal. So now that ensures that there's nothing waiting to go in the mini loader. There's nothing in the mini loader itself. That means it's all going to be in the rocket. That's going to solve my problem. So I'm basically adding an arithmetic combinator and another decider combinator to the system, and that's going to allow these to go. Now, I know that works because since we filmed, I've had 3 launches, and all 3 of them work just fine. So we've been good to go on that. Now, I don't know if anything else is requesting anything right now that we don't have. We can look real quick to see. Oh, okay, because that's channel 1. Yeah, so I have not set my channels up there yet. We're not going to worry about it until we have the stuff that we're actually loading. But I just want to see if we're requesting anything that we're supposed to be having, but we don't have enough of it for it to go yet. And it looks like all of these are good to go. So we're not right now waiting for anything to ship up. Like I say, I still have to go set the levels for those. But anyway, I just want to show you guys that this is my fix for that. This now works solidly, so I'm not too worried about it. It is working out okay. Apparently we are out of fuel, so we're going to have to go and beef all of that up. We know we're going to have to beef up our supplies. We're just getting everything set up so that we can leave up there. All right. So that is all of the things that I've had to take care of. Now, the other thing we're going to do this episode, and I said we were going to take care of this. We have all of this contaminated scrap, okay? And we can't do anything with it. We need to get rid of it. We need to send the scrap down. So if we look at contaminated scrap, right, we can do it fine. Contaminated scrap gives us these items. We have to do it in a decon facility. It's going to give us contaminated biosludge, contaminated cosmic water, might give us some uranium, and it's going to give us scrap. So these are the things that are going to come out of there. So then we're going to have to deal with our contaminated cosmic water and our contaminated biosludge. Now, I've looked these up. I already know they go into a decon facility as well. And they get changed back into biosludge and cosmic water. And then they get punched back into the system. All right, so we need to set up a way to handle these. So let's go over here. And I said I wanted to use this area because we got all our piping down here. We should be able to pipe it straight down to that. So first thing we're going to do, I got 3 decon facilities because I know I need one for the scrap, I need one for the biosludge, and I need one for the cosmic water. So let's put down one. Let's try and give ourselves some room to work here. All right, so this one is going to do our contaminated scrap, right? So we're going to need cosmic water coming in, and we're going to get out contaminated cosmic water and contaminated biosludge, and we're going to get out our scrap and our uranium. Okay, so now we need one to deal with, where is it? We need one to deal with our, oh, let's move over one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, there we go. I'm doing that because I know that this, when we do it, one of these is going to give us contaminated scrap. They're both going to give us contaminated scrap. So we need to put that back into here. So if I do inserter chest inserter, right, then I can have the chest request the scrap and put it in, and I can have it put it back in from the other one. That's kind of my thought process. So this is going to be this. This is going to be this. And then we can go from here to here, right? And then that's going to give us our biosludge out. So that allows us to pipe from here to here, right? Yeah, okay. And then we can go, let's do this, here to here to here. Requester? Yeah, that's a requester chest. Okay. So this is going to give us our occasional contaminated scrap out. And it's going to give us our biosludge out. This is going to give us our contaminated biosludge into here, out to here. Okay. So now we need one for our cosmic water. Let's do 1, 2, 3 again. Well, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that. This one is going to do this. Right? And that's going to give us what? It's going to give us contaminated cosmic water. Contaminated cosmic water. Going to give us contaminated biosludge. And it's going to give us scrap, right? So, can we line this up in such a way all right, let's try that. So that would give us that in. That's going to give us that into there, right? Because that's going to be our biosludge. That's going to be our contaminated. That's going to give us our good stuff out. And then we want to go, ooh, let's do this. Let's make this closer. Can we do it closer? Let's see if we can do it closer. All right. So that there, right? If we do that there, we can do that into there. We can do that into there. I don't know that I need filter inserters because there's only one physical object, but habit, I guess. Habit to get into kind of thing. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. All right, so let's see what we got here. So if we put our scrap in and we put our cosmic water in, right, then that's going to give us contaminated cosmic water and contaminated biosludge and then uranium and scrap. So this is going to process our contaminated cosmic water. It's going to give us contaminated biosludge and scrap and contaminated scrap. So the scrap's going to go back in to be recycled into here. And then that's going to come into there, right? And then that's going to give us our biosludge out and our potential contaminated scrap in. So those are going to go back into the system to be gotten rid of. Right? And then we got to come out of here down to there. And we got to come out of here down to there. And we got to come up here. So if we do this, how's that look? Okay. That'll work. But now let's try something. Let's do something here. We're going to do a requester. A requester. Can we do... How about here? Well, you know what? Yeah. Because it's going to process it, I don't think we need a mini loader. Will that let us? Damn it, we can't go far enough. Alright, fine. Fuck you. We can go far enough there, though. Right? So that'll give us that into that. This will be our requester to bring in our main bulk of our contaminated scrap. So then we need provider chest. Right? And let's just put it here and here. And filter these. Not that we really need to. But one is going to be scrap. One is going to be uranium. Somebody asked me a while back why I do individual ones. And what I was explaining mainly for the input ones is I could do, let's get down here and look. For instance, I have over here, right, I have two inputs. I have these broad astronomic catalogs coming in, and I have astronomic catalogs coming in. I could do a single chest and request both of them in here. Now, that works okay for these because there's only 2 ingredients. But when you get something that's got, say, 5 or 6 ingredients, only the first 4 are going to show up. So what happens is, if one of these is out, like for instance right now, I'm out of broad astronomic catalogs. If I've got 5 items that it's requesting and it's missing the one that's not showing up, I'll never know. I can easily look at this visually and say, oh, that's out of stuff. So that's why I do it. It's a little wasteful. You know, I'll be the first to admit it takes up space and it takes up extra chests. But at this point, extra chests are easy to build. It gives me a visual ability or a visual reference to be able to see when something's empty. And if I'm trying to troubleshoot something on the fly and say, oh shit, why is something not working? It gives me the ability to do that. That's why. I don't need 2 chests up here, but I could get away with 2 chests up here. Just like I don't need this to be a requester chest, and we probably shouldn't even make this a requester chest. We should probably make this just a regular chest, but I don't have any in my hand. Let's go over here and grab one real quick, if I have any. And if I don't, well, we can make some, because we have steel. Alright, so let's get down here. We're gonna replace that one, because we don't want it filling up with requests. We want it to just where'd it go? Oh, it's over there. Bring stuff in. Right, so let's replace that with that, because we don't want to request anymore. Alright. We just wanted to feed them in. Now, what I may end up having to do is wire these so that this takes priority over this. In fact, we're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're going to go from the chest to this one. Okay. And then we're going to say enable if our scrap, our contaminated scrap, is less than 50. Let's say 50. Okay, so if this has less than 50 in it, then it'll take it out of here. If it's got more than 50, that means it's backing up here. We want it to take it out of here first to feed this guy. So that's gonna work for us for that, I think. All right, so now we got to hook up our 2 fluids, because that's all we got coming out of this whole system is 2 fluids. So we need our cosmic water, and we need our biosludge. So biosludge, I do believe, is right there. Yep. And our cosmic water, oh, that's convenient. What was that? I don't know. Our cosmic water should be coming from right there. So if we're still recording, right? Yeah, we're still recording. I don't know. That was weird. So if we bring our cosmic water up, right? That's going to give us our cosmic water in and out of the system. And then we bring our biosludge down here. And I guess realistically we could pipe all of this. The reason I'm using normal pipes as opposed to undergrounds for most of this is simply because the regular pipes are cheaper, and it doesn't gain us much by using the undergrounds because we can walk over top of all the pipes, so it doesn't matter. All right, so I think that gives us everything, right? So now if we tell this request scrap, and let's see something. I think it's stacks of 50. Yep, it's stacks of 50. So this will be 26, 1, 2, 3. Will give us a full warehouse and then some. Now, let's do something here. Let's help it along. Oops. Don't do that. That would be bad. Alright, we're out of juice. Alright. There we go. So now what I can do temporarily is this. And then we're going to just to move these over. Just to get them out of our way. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now that's going to start giving us our scrap, and then our bots are going to take our scrap up there. You still there? Okay. Weird. I don't know what it is we got going. That's something that's doing weird things. Hopefully the sound is okay. It looks like everything's all right with this. It's just I got a weird connection somewhere or something. Anyway, the other thing we need to add up here though, because we now have uranium ore, is we need to put that in there too. So we're going to tell this request uranium ore, and that'll go into our rocket as well. And then we'll set this up at some point to go down and deposit stuff. So there we go. There's that. Looks like we got it all going now. I think it looks like we are finally processing all of that crappy scrap, and let's check and see if it's working. So this is doing its thing. It's all coming out of there. We're only making so much at a time apparently, so it's not processing until it gets enough. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like it's working and it won't back up. All right, so there we go. Now, next order of business. We are stalled on our research, and we're stalled on our research because we need our level 2 technology, our level 2 science packs. Okay, so science packs, level 2 science packs. They need stuff that we're already making. We're already making everything except for aeroframes. Okay, and that all goes into a space manufacturing plant, and boom, there we go. So let's go over here to where we are doing all of our wonderful science stuff, just to give the bots not so much travel time to go around, plus because we've got all of our fluids already piped in here. Now we need minus 100C, and that's going to give us back 25C. So it's going to give us back this, but we need the minus 100. So let's find where our minus 100 is. Right? It's coming up here. Are we coming up over here with it? No, that's minus 273. Are we coming up with any minus 100? That's still minus 100 there. So if we tap into it here, right, and we put our next space manufacturing here, okay, and we say that, all right, that's going to give us that back into there, and we can bring it over from there. All right, so let's do that. Let us take it from here. And again, we don't necessarily need to be using undergrounds. It just visually, I'm just trying to get it out of the way. And then we come down here. There we go. Right. So that's Gazinta and Gazata. That gives us that, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 requesters. So now this is where I was talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. If I did it all in just one chest, I've got 5 ingredients. I wouldn't see what's missing. Doing it this way, I can see what's missing. And then we can do this and this. And then this needs these. And it needs these. Astronomical catalog and astronomical insight. So, astronomical catalog, astronomical insight, and science pack 1s. Right? And then that's going to give us, we actually want to do this. That's going to give us our Science Pack 2s and our junk data cards. Now, again, I could combine those and that would be that, but I didn't want to, because now I can look and I can see, hey, I'm missing this. What am I missing? I'm missing astronomical catalogs, right? So now I can go and I can look for it and see where it is. Now, in this particular case, it probably just, because it's being used for other things. Yeah, so the infrared, we're always behind on our infrared for some reason, but that's okay. We're going to be making it, and now it's going to start bringing it into here, and now we're going to start making our Science Pack 2s at some point. We just need one astronomical science. Let's steal one here. We're going to steal a couple. I'm going to steal half of them. Oh, look, it's already got them. What's it missing now? Astronomical. Broad astronomical. Shit. So, I told it the wrong thing. Broad astronomical. Dumbass. So that is astronomical. We put that back. Alright, we need the broad astronomical. And that is going into a different research. So I screwed up and I gave it the wrong thing. Alright. And it only needs one. So as soon as that gets a broad astronomical, and there's none in logistics, so let's see what we need for it. There's one right there. There we go. Now we are making our our astronomical Science Pack 2s. Alright. And there it is. So then that'll take that and it'll put it over here. We need to request it into our lab. So we need to add that one to our request list. And as soon as it gets that, our science should start back up again. There we go. Now we got our Science Pack 2s. We're back in business with our technology. That's going to give us our airframe scaffolding, which I believe we'll be able to make on the ground and ship up. So there's another one we'll be shipping up. It's going to give us our gamma and radio telescopes. And then we can start working on our Green Science Pack 2s. Now, Green Science Pack 2s, we're not making them yet either. But I'm not going to make them right now because that needs the bioscrubbers. And we don't have bioscrubbers yet. Excuse me, we have to go down to Moss Garden and make them. But now we're back in business up here. We're taking care of our scrap and getting rid of it. And we're going to get that all shipped off. Now I think what we're going to set this up for is to auto launch this on full. And we're going to go novice landing pad, launch on full cargo. Okay. And that will allow us to not have to worry about babysitting this to get this stuff up. But I think what I may do is I may change this from 300 to 400. I think 400, that gives us 4 rockets. I think that's a better option than having the 3. I think that's going to get us good to go. All right, guys. So, yeah, it looks to me like we are back in business up here. It looks to me like we've got our preparations in case we have a bad launch. And it looks like we've got set up for everything else to receive. How are we doing on fluids? Our fluids look okay. And we have set our return trip for junk to auto launch. So I think we are okay up here. I think our next step is to head back down and start building up our resources again. We need to go to Moss Garden and get that going. We need to go to the one other planet and get the power going because we have no power there at all. And we need to visit all of our outlying planets and set up our auto launches for those anyway. So I think we're good. I think that covers us for most everything for right now. So I will I'll talk at you guys later. You guys take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye.